Hi, I'm Will Fendon for Live, Love Lake Oswego. For almost 20 years, I've been a top realtor in Lake Oswego. And I want to just take a moment and say thank you to all of you who have reached out with your questions about the local real estate market. If you'd ever like to have an exploratory conversation with me about buying or selling real estate here, I'm easy to find. We'll flash my number below. Please feel free to call or text me anytime. Okay, we've got a great video for you today. It's a tour of the south side of Lake Oswego. Now, the town of Lake Oswego is built around a lake called Lake Oswego, and the waterfront homes that you find here are some of the most prestigious homes in town, if not the entire state of Oregon. But the homes on the south side of the lake are really difficult to see because of its steep topography. So in this video, we're going to take you on a tour of the south side of the lake from one end to the other. And along the way, we'll show you some homes with amazing views. We'll take you into a hidden cove. We're going to show you an unknown boat easement and some spectacular luxury homes. It all starts right now. Let's go. Okay, I'm joined by my lovely wife and partner in crime once again. Hello, Jane.
Hey, Will.
We're standing on the bridge on South Shore Boulevard that you pass under when you enter the Blue Heron Canal. That's a good reference point for the start of this video about the south side of Lake Oswego, because we're going to show you the entire south side of the lake, starting here and going all the way to the other end where the Lake Corporation headquarters building and boat launch is located. There also are some condominiums right there called the Villas on Lake Oswego. So we're going to introduce you to the entire lakeshore, the south side of the lake, everything between here and there in this video.
In a previous video we did about the north side of the lake, we pointed out that many homes are low bank homes. That means they're closer to the water, as opposed to the south side of the lake, which has more high bank homes because of the topography. They're a lot higher up.
Yeah, the south side it's pretty mountainous actually in many places. And if you live in Lake Oswego already and you're familiarizing yourself more with the south side of the lake, trying to understand the homes that are closer to the lake, or if you're new to the area, some of the streets that you can explore to get a really good feeling for this side of the lake are all accessible off of South Shore Boulevard. Streets like Greenbrier Road, Phantom Bluff Court, Cedar Court, and Edgecliff Terrace. Those are all great south side streets, neighborhood streets that you can drive down to get a really good feeling for what it feels like on this side of the lake. You'll be surrounded by trees. Sometimes you can see the lake, sometimes you can't because of the steepness of the topography. But that's a great starting point if you want to explore.
In this video, we're going to show you some high bank homes with beautiful views of the lake. And we're also going to show you a few easements, like the one in back of us called Blue Heron.
Yeah, this Blue Heron boat easement, the next best way to get on the lake if you don't live in a waterfront home in Lake Oswego is through a neighborhood boat easement. We made a whole video about every boat easement on the lake that you can find elsewhere on this channel. But today, in this video, we're also going to hit a few of them that are pretty spectacular. So let's go.
I'm standing on the deck of a home that's owned by some very dear friends of ours. And this is a good example of one of the high bank homes on the south side of the lake. We've spent many hours here at parties and just looked out at this view. It is magnificent. It's a beautiful view of the lake.
And yet when you're standing here, you'd never know because of this view that this home is also a lakefront home. It has a trail that descends the hillside behind us and leads down to a private boat slip and dock that is deeded to this house. So they kind of have the best of both worlds. They've got this monster view of the lake, and they've got a private boat slip and access to the water that is part of this property.
And isn't the Palisades easement is down there too?
Yeah, right below us on the hill next to the dock that goes with this house is the Palisades boat easement. Now, that's one of the most unique and secluded boat easements anywhere on the lake. It's got a long stairway you have to descend to get to it, but when you get down to it, the cove that it sits in is really picturesque, and it serves the largest neighborhood
in Lake Oswego, which is right above us here. It's called the Palisades. Now, if you'd like to know what homes are available that are currently for sale in Lake Oswego, the inventory changes all the time for lakefront homes and also for other homes in town, but we'd be happy to send you a list of homes that are currently on the market. We often know of homes that are off market as well, but are available. Please feel free to reach out to me. You can call or text me at the number that you see on screen. We've also got contact information in the description to this video down below. We'd love to talk to you.
Moving past the Palisades easement, you're looking at Robinson Point. Now, this is a really exclusive address that's hard to find if you don't know where it is. You access it by traveling down a neighborhood road that leads to a private gated entrance. Beyond that, you descend a hill and look at this. This is just a handful of luxury homes, and they are spectacular, especially at sunset.
As we continue our tour of the south side of Lake Oswego, after you pass Robinson Point, the next neighborhood boat easement that you come to is called the South Shore Glen Easement. Now, we talk about boat easements quite a bit in this video, and we wanted to show you one with a little more detail because we actually are members of this one.
Yeah, this one's really special to us. It has racks for your stand-up paddleboards, racks for your kayaks. There's our boat slip down there. I just remember countless memories with our family, our kids down here. We were kayaking, jumping off the dock here in the water, going out for boat rides, and spending countless hours just looking at this beautiful water.
Yeah, and if you get lucky, sometimes you see bald eagles that live in the trees near here. You know, we've talked a lot about how the south side of Lake Oswego has a very high bank in most places. And as you look around our easement here, you can really get a sense of what we're talking about when you look at the steepness of the topography. But that also creates a feeling of privacy and even closeness to nature, if that doesn't sound too cheesy to say. I mean, it just really feels beautiful and when you're down here, and we've always loved that. Okay, as we continue our tour of the south side of Lake Oswego, we just left the South Shore Glen easement, which Jane and I like to think of as our easement.
We love that easement.
Since we're members over there. But before we leave this neighborhood, we wanted to make a quick stop and show you something that's really unique.
This is the Lakeside Terrace easement. It's private. 11 to 12 waterfront homes on Terrace Drive have access to it.
That's it. And yet this boat easement is right next to the South Shore Glen easement. It doesn't even show up on the maps. If you go to the Lake Corporation website and you look up the map that they have there for boat easements, this one doesn't even appear there. So in selling real estate for almost 20 years, this is the kind of thing that I've always enjoyed sharing with clients, because if you're trying to understand all the different ways that you can get onto Lake Oswego, either through waterfront homes or through boat easements, there are things like this that exist in the community that some people, even people that have lived in Lake Oswego for many, many years, don't realize exists. So we wanted to show it to you. This is a really cool easement. They've got a funicular tram, they've got their own swimming area and a beautiful dock. So we'll give you a look at that now, and then let's keep going with the tour.
And now we've got something really rare and special to share with you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Jane and I are standing on the deck of a home located at 745 Terrace Drive on the south side of Lake Oswego. This home was recently purchased by a luxury home builder that we've worked with periodically for almost 20 years. They're called Renaissance Homes, and as we speak, they're taking steps right now to build an amazing spec home at this location. The preliminary plans that we've seen show just over 6,000 square feet. I think it's going to be about 6,500 square feet, plus or minus a little bit, on 2 levels with a funicular tram that will descend to a boathouse on the lake. You're going to have just magnificent views up and down the lake for 180 degrees in both directions. It's going to have a swimming pool, and it's going to have all the luxury amenities, bells and whistles that you could ever want in a brand new house.
This is a huge lot. So it's a very rare thing for a builder to find this large of a lot right on the lake and build a spec home here. It's like half an acre.
Yeah, a little over half an acre. As you travel around the lake, there are a handful of new homes under construction, but the majority of them are custom build projects that people are building for themselves.
About a year and a half ago, Renaissance also built another spec home at the other end of the lake that sold for $10.5 million.
and they're going big again at this site. We've heard preliminary pricing is projected to be in the $12 to $13 million range. That could obviously change. That could slide up or down a little bit when they get closer to completion. But we've got a bit of an inside track on this one. If you'd like more information about it, we'd be happy to provide that. We'll flash the number again on screen right now. You can call or text me. I'd be happy to share what we know as this project evolves. This is really going to be an amazing home on the lake.
A showstopper. In the video we made about the north side of Lake Oswego, we showed you homes there that had huge lots, some of them over an acre.
Yeah, and the same is true on the south side of the lake as well. But it's not always obvious. You can drive through a neighborhood like the one where we're standing now and not even realize that these homes behind us here are estate caliber homes that are also on huge lots, in some cases more than an acre large, and yet it's not obvious. They're totally private and secluded. They've got private boathouses. Many of them have trams or stairways or trails that lead down to the water. And they're just great examples of the incredible variety of homes and architecture that you find with waterfront homes all around Lake Oswego. Okay, as we near the end of our tour of the south side of Lake Oswego, Jane and I are now standing on Lakefront Road, and you'll notice behind us, we're much closer to the water here as we've moved our way down the south side of the lake. We've come down in elevation. These homes on Lakefront are much lower bank homes. We've talked a lot in this video about how so many of the homes on the south side of the lake are high bank homes. But Lakefront Road is one of the most desirable streets in Lake Oswego because these homes are so much closer to the water. They have beautiful outdoor living areas. Many of them have been rebuilt brand new in the recent past, or remodeled heavily because it's such a desirable location.
Yeah, what's really nice about Lakefront Road is its accessibility. It's walking distance to downtown, to Whole Foods, to Lakewood Center of the Arts, to George Rogers Park, and many people love that. They have access to all these different great places to go.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best locations on the lake on the south side. Now, you may remember at the beginning of this video, we said that the end of our tour of the south side would end with the Lake Corporation headquarters just beyond where we're standing here. The Lake Corporation owns the only boat ramp that you can use to put boats on and take them off Lake Oswego. That's the only gas pump on the lake. You have to go there to fill up your boat. And just beyond there, there's actually a private marina. We covered it in another video that we made about all of the boat easements and how they work on Lake Oswego. If you're curious, you can learn about that private marina in that video. And then just beyond that, our tour ends at the villas on Lake Oswego. Those are some condominiums that actually have private boat docks. Not all of them, but a few of them actually have their own private boat slips that are part of the condominiums. So that's pretty cool. And that's where our tour of the south side of Lake Oswego officially ends.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Live, Love Lake Oswego, the first real estate channel solely dedicated to all things Lake Oswego. If you'd ever like to have an exploratory conversation about buying or selling real estate here, please feel free to call or text me directly at the number on screen. Or if you'd just like to see more content about this amazing place that we call home, please consider subscribing.